Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this session, the second day. I hope you're all enjoying a lovely day. Yesterday it was raining and today it's nice and bright. So we'll, in Kakinada and Rajahmundry, we have very few days like this where we have lovely weather and, it's not sunny, it's not humid. So enjoy the day and I hope you enjoy the class too. As you all know, I'm K. Shailaja Rao, soft skill trainer, and today I would like to talk to you about the English language. See, all of you are all English medium students. At least more than 90% of you come from English medium teaching classes. You've studied in English medium from 1st to 10th or up to 12th. Maybe there are a few Telugu medium students also, but that doesn't matter. It all depends on how determined you are to learn English. Let me tell you why we should learn English at this stage again. Because English is the language of the world. More than half the population of the world speak in English. If you take off China, then more than 3/4 will be speaking in English, because China has got a large population which speaks Chinese. So nearly half the population, I wouldn't say more than, but nearly half the world's population speak in English. And English has become the language of business. In the sense, when I say business, it doesn't mean just exchanging goods where you buy something and industry and all that. It has become the language of research, it has become the languages of the IT industry, it has become the language of whatever you do in the world, you have to know English, right? Especially in countries like India, we are actually ruling the IT world, not because we are the only geniuses with the IT brains in the world. It's because of our foundation in the English language. Otherwise, the Japanese, the Chinese are very, very good in the subject, but they're not able to go forward because they lack main language skills, that is English. So that is why today we will start some English language skills for you. And I want you to know that English is like the foundation. It's like the roots of a tree. Okay, you might have a huge tree, but unless its roots are strong, when there is a typhoon or a cyclone, as we call it, what happens? The tree falls down, right? If the roots are strong, no matter how strong the cyclone, it will withstand that cyclone. So your roots have to be strong. And when I say roots, the roots of the English language. Because today you're all at a stage where in intermediate, most of you are from intermediate right now, so you've come into degree, and this is the stage where after degree you will get into either a job, or you would probably want to go for higher studies somewhere, maybe abroad, or maybe another college for higher studies, or when you go there, even if you had to go to America and England, Canada, any of these places, you need to have English as a very strong base in English. Apart from that, even if you had to go out of state, if you want to study in Delhi or maybe Mumbai or Pune or Gujarat, whatever the state, or even if you go to the south, Tamil Nadu, if you don't know Tamil, then you're lost. So you need to have a language where you can converse with the other person, where you can live, where you can gel, where you can adapt. So English is the language, is the bridge that connects you to the rest of the world. And that's the reason we are concentrating on this language. Okay, and you may just want to finish your studies after degree and then join a corporate. I'm sure most of you have these dream jobs, like I want to join Infosys, Amazon, Microsoft, or if not those, maybe pharmaceutical industry like Ready Labs or any of these, Pfizer. There are so many, SmithKline Beacon. There are so many companies waiting to get you, but only if you can communicate in good English. And that's the reason we are concentrating on English in some of these classes. So the topic that I'm going to do today, I'm sure all of you have done it sometime during your education, could be in the 5th standard, 9th standard, 10th standard, doesn't matter. But it is like a revision for us, because when you go higher up, you tend to forget the basics and you probably don't pay as much attention to the basics. So let's go back to the basics today. And if all of you know these topics, very good, fantastic. It makes your life so much easier, and my life too. So fantastic. If you don't, if you've read and forgotten them, this is sort of a revision. If you're looking at this for the first time, please, all of you, whether you're beginners or you're very well in English, I'd request all of you to take a book and a pen, keep it handy. For every English class that I'm going to take, whether it's soft skills or English, doesn't matter, especially English, because at the end of 2 or 3 classes, at the end of the week, you're going to have a test on whatever has been taught here. So I want you all to do very well in that test. I want you to score nicely, because these are not something, the topics that I'm going to take are not something that you don't know. You all know these topics. I'm sure you've all heard them before. But I want you to remember those, so that as you go ahead in your career, in your degrees and all that, you don't forget the basics. Remembering the basics is very important. Why I'm saying this is because even today we get letters or leave letters from students where they don't know where to capitalize, which letter to capitalize. When they write principal, they write a small p. Probably they studied that principal is the name of a person, it's a common noun, and it needs a capital P. They must have studied it somewhere in 5th class or 6th class, but they've forgotten all about it. And they put a small p there. So this is just to reiterate your knowledge, all the knowledge that you have. It's somewhere down there, because none of us have come to intermediate and degree without doing our basic English grammar classes. So today what we're going to do is go further and go back and look if we remember those things. So let's get on with these classes. I hope you have your pen and book ready. Please put today's date, put English, and then note down whatever you feel is necessary, whatever you feel is important. Actually I don't want you to note down definitions as such, because in English nobody will ask you, in an interview nobody will ask you what is the definition of a noun. They'll not ask you that. They might ask you what's the difference between a proper noun and a common noun. You should be able to speak. You should be able to tell that. They may not ask you even that, unless you're going for an English teacher's job or you're going for something, training in English or something like that. Then you'll have to know those things. So take a book, pen, understand the definition. It's not noting down, just blindly noting down from the board is not important. What is important, that you understand what you're noting down. Understand, note it down, and try to remember. Look at the examples. I've got lots of examples. Actually I've made this very picturesque, like I put in a lot of pictures so that you will remember the pictures even if you don't remember the actual words that are there. So please note down. Yeah, so this is a game we're going to have. This is a rapid fire round. I'm sure you all have books. So quickly, in 2 minutes, write down the names, animals, places and things that you can see around you, you can remember, and maybe in the chat box you can tell me how many, the most that you got, and your time starts now. This was a game we used to play when we were kids. We had no cell phones, we had no lots of costly toys to play with, or even in school when we had a break. The game we used to play was this name, place, animal, thing. We used to give 10 points to each, and we had to choose an alphabet. So one person started from A, B, C, D, E, F. When somebody says stop, you stop. Suppose you stop at F, Then we had to write a name, a place, an animal and a thing with F. The thing about this game is, after a while, you run out of, your names will be there and probably things will be there. But you run out of places and animals with certain letters. Think of you. Do you have a lot of animals with you? Can anybody think of an animal with you? It's very tough, right? I'm sure I can think of one, the orangutan. The orangutan. And you, places with you, Uruguay. Okay? Uzbekistan. So it's very difficult. And what we learnt in the process, it was a game which actually made us think and got your brain running. And we had to think of, suppose you got Z. First animal that comes to mind is easy, right? You see that everywhere on the road, the zebra crossing. Zebra. Then after that, what animals do you have with Z? And what countries can you have with Z? So it used to be very, very tough. And we used to think and try to, learn new places, names of new places and to write for this game. And we would see after maybe half an hour or 10 minutes game, we'd see who won. So it used to become very, very tough. Okay, your 2 minutes are up and I was talking all the while. Maybe I was disturbing you, I don't know. But if you can concentrate even when somebody is speaking. All of you do your homework listening to the TV, right? Or listening to music. And you say, madam, doesn't matter, I can do my homework, I can read. Your parents will say, switch off that cell phone music. You'll say, no, I can read with the music on. So now you should be able to do this work with my voice on. Right? Okay, are you done? So, what you actually have got there are called nouns. The names of persons, any person, or animals, or places, or things. This is Paris, Eiffel Tower in Paris. Lion, guitar, John, you can name it John or Ramu or Krishna, whatever. So, whatever the names, these names that give them a certain identity are called nouns. I'm sure all of you remember that, right? So now let's look at the definition of a noun. Names of people, animals, places and things, and even events and qualities and states are all given names, and these names are called, what are events? We'll discuss about that. A party, a birthday party, that's an event, right? So what is a party? A party is a name given to an event. So party is a noun. Wedding. So what is a wedding? Wedding is a name given to an event where two people come together. So that also is a noun. So these events are also nouns. Similarly, qualities. I'm sad. So what is sad? Sad is the name given to an emotion where you're not feeling very happy. So that is an quality. That's a quality or yeah. So all these things are called nouns. And so any name of the person, it could be anything. It could be Indian, any name. All the rivers are named. The Ganga, the Brahmaputra, the Yamuna, the Krishna, Godavari, all these are nouns. And then mountains, Everest, Mount Everest, Kanchenjunga, all these things are also nouns. So the names given to all, the Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal is a noun, Charminar. So then we can divide them into different types of nouns. So nouns, like only names are nouns. So how do we distinguish between different types of nouns? So there are 5 types of nouns. One is called the proper noun. Proper noun is when you give a name to one particular person. It is called a proper noun. Like I'm Shailaja. So that's a proper noun. If I say I'm a woman, there could be so many other women, right? Women, right? So woman or a lady is a common noun. There are so many ladies. There might be other Shailajas too, but I am specifically Shailaja Rao. So it's given a unique identity given to a person is his name. That is a proper noun. A unique identity given to that white marble structure in Agra is called the Taj Mahal. That is a proper noun. So proper nouns are all the names given to people or things, whatever special, unique names. And then common noun. Common noun is when you say a monument. So Taj Mahal is a monument. Here Taj Mahal is a proper noun. A monument, there are so many other monuments. Charminar is a monument, or the Birla Mandir is a monument. Whatever. So all they are common, like there could be many more of such things, then it is a common noun. Boy, child, girl, people, person, all these are common nouns. And then we have something called the collective nouns. In English, we give names to collection of things. We would say a bunch of flowers, right? Or we could even say a bouquet of flowers. What is bunch and bouquet? They are also nouns. A herd of cattle. So herd means of animals. So a collection of animals. You could, a flock of birds, a crowd of people. So all these are called collective nouns. People doesn't mean one person, right? It's when there are a few people together, then it is people, right? Few persons together, then it is people. So when there are more than one person there, it's called people. How many students, how many are waiting outside? If there are a few people waiting outside, you won't say there are 4 persons or 5 persons. You put them together and you say there are a few people waiting outside. And then abstract noun. Again, we have to give names to our feelings, our emotions, right? Or some qualities in a person. So when we give names to those qualities, that is also called a noun. She is a beautiful person, or that thing is very ugly. So this ugly, beautiful are names given to the quality of that thing. Okay, so that it could be kindness, it could be happiness, emotions, feelings, all these things. Abstract things which are given names are also called. You can't touch happiness, can you? You can't see beauty, you can't touch beauty, you can't taste beauty, right? You can only feel it. So these kind of emotions are called abstract nouns. The names given to these things, qualities, is called abstract noun. And then finally we have compound nouns. Compound nouns are actually very easy to understand in the sense that when 2 words are put together, it makes a different, completely new word. Sometimes it's the same word. Most of the time it makes a completely new word. It's a name given to, like fire. We know what a fire is, right? We know what a fly is, right? But when we put both of them together, a new word is created. It's a name of something. It's a firefly. It's the name of an insect. Firefly, as you know, is an insect which when it flies, you can see it's light coming out of it. So that's called a firefly. So ice cream. Ice is different, cream is different. But when you put ice is the name of a form of a liquid. When it solidifies, it's called ice. And what is cream? Cream is what you get on top of milk or whatever. So when you put them together, it's not ice and cream, it's ice cream, it's something else. It's it's a dessert that you like to eat when you when you want to eat it, when you want to enjoy it. And then bedroom. Bed is different, room is different. When you put them together, it becomes a bedroom. It's a name given to a place where you sleep. So this is how compound nouns are made. We'll talk more about it in the next few slides. So I hope you understood the basic types of nouns. We've been using them all along. Only thing we're trying to do here is just revise whatever we already know. So let's look at some more proper nouns. So proper nouns, as I told you, are names given to things or people or monuments or anything. So here we're giving the Hindu. When we say the Hindu, we're talking about the newspaper, the Hindu. Donald Duck, that's probably a character, a thing, a character. It could be a toy, Donald Duck. So, and it could be a character. And then monument, Charminar. And of course, we all know Nehru. So, Nehru. But one thing we have to remember about proper nouns, this is very important, that all proper nouns should be capitalized wherever you write them, whether it's in the middle of a letter, middle of a sentence. I love Jawaharlal Nehru. So, because he was fond of kids, suppose you are writing a sentences, you are starting with capital I because that's the beginning of the sentence, and Jawaharlal Nehru is coming in the middle. But when you say Jawaharlal Nehru, you have to capitalize the J and capitalize the N. Jawaharlal Nehru, because wherever you put proper names, you have to capitalize them. This is something all of you forget, or some of you forget most of the time. This is because I come across these leave letters. Satya Reddy or Satya Murthy studying in class with roll numbers on, and there they'll write Satya Murthy as small s. You should know that wherever you write a proper noun, you have to write it in capital letters, even if it's in the middle of a sentence. Okay? So remember, addresses. Address is again the name of a street, right? You'll write Satyamurthy, maybe Shantinagar. When you put Shantinagar, you will put small s. Wrong. Shantinagar is the name of a place, right? So Shanti and Nagar should, S and N, you can write the other letters small, should be in capitals. And then you write Kakinada in the end, or Rajamandri, whatever you write. Again, you'll write small letters because, oh, I've come to the end of the address. Wrong. You have to write it as capital K or capital R. Remember these things because they are names of unique places, Kakinada, Rajamandri or Shantinagar or whatever. Your school's name. So many times, you know, in your resume I see Chaitanya Junior College. You'll write it small letters. Wrong. You have to capitalize the letters because that is the name of an institution, or Aditya Junior College. Aditya, A, capital, wherever you write it. Okay, so you must remember these things. All proper nouns should be capitalized. Remember? So this actually could be a question even in your, you know, even if you go to IIT entrances or IIM entrances, this could be a question, you know, they wouldn't give you a question like capitalize them. They will give a sentence and they will say, find out the error. Then you have to remember this class and think, what is the error? Sometimes it could be as simple as capital letters are not there. Or somebody has written I as small I, and I is, when you write I, wherever you write it, even in the middle of a sentence, it should be in capital letters. So that could be the error in the whole sentence. That means you have to remember your basics. You have to find out the error. It just could be that the capital letters are missing. Everything else is fine. So that is why it's important to remember basics. That's why we are doing this class today. So then now we talked about proper nouns. Now let's look at common nouns. So what are common nouns? Common nouns are names that we give to things which are common, like a house, a village. There's not only one village, there's so many. Suppose we say Panduru village. Then Panduru is in capital because Panduru is the name of a village. But village is common, right? I mean, there could be so many other villages. So that is a common noun. Village, it could be house, so many houses. Suppose we say somebody, Amitabh Bachchan's house is called, I think, Ashirwad. Suppose we say Ashirwad, then it is a unique house. So that is, you write a capital letter there. Man, dog, furniture, here you don't have to actually write capital letters. You can put them in small letters. So it could be any dog, but if it is your dog Tommy or Candy or something, then you would have to write Tommy in capital because that's the name of your dog. It's a proper noun. So, collective nouns. So, what is a collective noun? A collective noun is a word that is used to represent a bunch of things, like I told you, a bunch of flowers or a bouquet of flowers, and it's a group of people. A colony, what do you call a colony? Of something is called a colony? Those tiny creatures? Ants. It's called a colony of ants. When there's a group of ants there where they build their houses and all that, it's called a colony of ants. A bouquet, a set of glasses, okay, so a set of pens. A class is also, you call a class when there are a bunch of students or a few students in the class, right? So I've got a small video for you. I hope you'll enjoy this. Just look at it and try to get the meaning in a minute.
Collective noun names a group of people. A collective noun can also name a group of places. And a collective noun can name a group of things. Let's take a closer look. A group of students as a collective noun is called a class. A group of mountains as a collective noun is called a range. A group of birds as a collective noun is called a flock.
Chatlo వస్తుందన్నారు కదా, చాట్లో కనపడిందా అన్నారు కదా, పిల్లలకి వినపడుతుందా లేదా అన్నారు.
Even though it names more than one thing. So instead of saying the flock eat seeds, you have to say the flock eats seeds. The flock eats seeds. The collective noun uses a singular verb. A singular verb ends with an S. Our family live together should be our family lives together. Remember that S. Our family wait together should read our family waits together. Remember, collective noun needs a singular verb with an S. Just remember, a collective noun names a group of people, places, or things, and always uses a singular verb that has an S. Good luck.
So I hope that helped you. So we see how collective words, collective nouns are names of things which are the same together. And one more important thing we learn is a collective noun uses a singular verb, because we're talking people are waiting here, right? So the family lives here, it's a singular verb. When we say live, it is a plural verb. So animals live here. Animals is plural, the verb is live here is plural verb, but family lives here. So remember, whenever you use a collective noun, I have a bunch of flowers, I gave a bunch of flowers. So it uses a singular verb. Now we come to compound nouns, right? So what is a compound noun? Compound noun, as I told you, is two words, two nouns, or noun, adjective, noun, verb, when two words are together, added, and they make a new word. So let's look at some, what can you see here? What color is the grass? It's green grass, right? So when green grass is a compound noun. What is that? I'm sure all of you boys will be looking at that. Motorcycle. It's not a motor on itself and a cycle, it's a combination of the two, and it represents something else. It's a motorcycle. So as I said, bedroom, dressing table, guest house, round table, all these are collective or called compound nouns, because the two words are brought together, and we will look at how it's not only two nouns, like bedroom is two nouns together. Here dressing and table. Dressing is I'm dressing. What does it mean? It's a verb, right? Then here you have a verb and a noun together. And then we have again round table. What do we have? We have an adjective which is describing the noun. So adjective plus noun is again a compound noun. Guest and house, again two nouns. So that makes a different word. Let's look at some more compound nouns. Rainbow, right? It's a noun, rain and bow, both are nouns. And then we have snowfall, snow and fall, Fall is a verb, snowfall. And then we have greenhouse. Green, as I said, is an adjective and house is a noun. Public speaking, an adjective and a verb. Washing machine, a verb and a noun. Take off, a verb and an adjective. So here, did you understand how compound nouns are made? They could be made with a combination of anything, verb, adjective, noun, verb, noun, noun, adjective, noun, noun, adjective, anything. So when you combine the two, they become compound nouns and they mean something else. So more examples. Now try to connect these compound nouns. I'll give you a minute. I'm sure all of you will do it. Put it in your notebooks, write it down in your notebooks and see if you can get them all right. Take a minute. It's sort of a match the following. So what is the first one? Check. What do you do when you go to a hotel? What do? You check in, right? Check in. That's what you do when you go to a hotel. And then dry. What's the word there that you can? Dry bow, dry bread, dry cut, most common, dry clean, right? I like to dry clean my clothes. Then watch. Watch clean, watch in, watch bread, no. Watchman. We have a watchman in front of our school. Then hair. I would like to get a haircut every month. Rain. Oh, you already saw this, so you know this. Brown. Brown bread is healthy. Brown is an adjective, bread is a noun. When you put them together, it becomes a common noun, it becomes a compound noun, which means something else. Right? I'm sure all of you got that right. Again, I've got a 1-minute video. Let's look at some compound nouns.
If you see two words stuck together with the reading a compound word is what you have to do. The two words work together to mean something new. Here are some compound words for you. Mailbox, big mailbox, what could be better than a sick dry face to put Santa's letter? Whether it's fly or a beautiful pair, butterflies are insects fluttering through the air. Look
Why did I put that song? Just to get a change, and I'm sure you enjoyed that song, and we learned actually what are compound words. Different kinds of words put together make a compound noun. So it's good to know how compound nouns are made. So let's go to the next one. Again, as I told you, we already did this. Now, abstract nouns. What are abstract nouns? Abstract nouns are names given to events and ideas. Now let's see this with a video. So, actually we were looking at word nation, explaining about a noun, verb, adjective. So we look at how an abstract noun talks about events and ideas. So abstract noun is a noun that denotes an intangible concept. It's an emotion, a feeling, a quality, or an idea. There's one more here. Abstract noun can be formed with a verb, adjective, or other common nouns. Like, quality, bravery. You look at bravery, it's called, brave is a verb. And when we add EY to it, it becomes bravery, when we add Y to it. So, when you take the base word plus kindness, kind is a noun. And when you add ness to it, it's a suffix, it becomes kindness, and kindness is a quality.
Basic concrete nouns everywhere. You see decorations and balloons, a table with presents. You see, smell, and can taste a cake, punch, and other foods. You hear music and can feel the vibrations. You see other friends dancing and having fun. What event is this? Of course, it's a party. You can't see, hear, smell, touch, or taste a party, but you can detect all of the concrete physical nouns that make up an event. As you know, a place is a basic concrete noun. An event is an intangible or abstract noun. Events usually happen at places. For example, a wedding is an event that can happen at a place like a church. A picnic is an event that can happen at a place like a park. And a parade is an event that can happen at a place like a city. Events are made up of people, places, or things you can experience with your five senses, but the event itself is an abstract noun. Emotions can also be examples of abstract nouns. Love, anger, joy, fear, and sadness are all nouns, but you can't see, hear, smell, touch, or taste them. Ideas are also examples of abstract nouns. You can't see, hear, smell, touch, or taste friendship itself, but you can enjoy spending time with your friends who are people or concrete nouns just like you are. You can't see, hear, smell, touch, or taste freedom, but certain people or objects stand as symbols to express this abstract concept. So now that we've explored some abstract nouns such as events, emotions, and ideas, let's see if we can find some nouns in some sentences. We will look for nouns that are either concrete or abstract. Remember, concrete nouns are physical, they can be people, places, or things, and you can see, hear, smell, touch, or taste them. Abstract nouns are intangible or non-physical. They can be events, feelings, ideas, or concepts. Here we go. The boy had permission to go to the park. First, let's look for concrete nouns. Concrete nouns form a picture in my head when I read. The boy had permission to go to the park. I get a picture of a boy and a park. A boy is a person and a park is a place. The boy went to the park. People and places are basic concrete nouns. We can circle boy and park since they are nouns. But are there any other nouns in this sentence? Let's look at the remaining words in the sentence. Remember, abstract nouns are intangible or non-physical. They don't make pictures in my head because I can't see, hear, smell, touch, or taste them. So how can I recognize abstract nouns? Remember, abstract nouns can be events like a parade, emotions like fear and love, or ideas or concepts like friendship. Let's check for abstract nouns. Is the an event, emotion, or concept? No. Is had an event, emotion, or concept? No. Is permission an event, emotion, or concept? Permission is an idea or concept. It's a thing needed to be permitted to engage in an activity or pursue an ambition, like going to the park. And a thing is a noun, so we should circle permission. Let's keep going. Is to an idea, event, or emotion? No. Is go an event, emotion, or idea? No. Is to an event, emotion, or idea? No. Is the an event, emotion, or idea? No. Hooray! We've circled all the nouns. Great detective work. Let's explore another sentence. The cookie brought joy to the toddler. First, let's look for the concrete nouns. Concrete nouns form a picture in my head when I read. The cookie brought joy to the toddler. I get a picture of a cookie and a toddler. A cookie is a thing, and a toddler is a young person. The cookie brought joy to the toddler. Things and people are basic concrete nouns, so we can circle cookie and toddler since they're nouns. But are there any other nouns in this sentence? Remember, abstract nouns are intangible or non-physical. Abstract nouns can be events, like a wedding, emotions like shyness or anger, or concepts like confusion or wisdom. Let's check for abstract nouns. Is the an event, emotion, or concept? No. Is brought an event, emotion, or concept? No. Is joy an event, emotion, or concept? Joy is an emotion. An emotion is a feeling or thing, and things are nouns. We should circle joy since joy is a noun. Let's see, is to an event, emotion, or concept? No. Is the an event, emotion, or concept? No. Hooray, we've circled all the nouns. Great detective work. You get an A+ on abstract nouns. Thank you for joining me at Grammar Songs by Melissa.
I'm sure you understood it clearly with that small video, how abstract nouns are event, emotion, or concept. Events, weddings, parties, a procession, all these are events. Mela, all these, the Kumbh Mela. So what is the ideas or concepts? It could be joy, kindness, all these are concepts. And what is emotions? Joy, sadness, happiness, all these are emotions. So the most common ways of making a abstract noun is when you add a suffix like ness, ty or ship. Friend, you add ship, it becomes an abstract noun. Ness, kindness, okay. Loneliness, it becomes an abstract noun. Can you touch loneliness? No, but you can feel it, right? So that is an emotion that you can feel. Okay, so sometimes you can make an abstract noun by adding, removing a existing suffix and adding a new one. Like determine, you remove the E and you put ation and it becomes determination. Can you touch determination? Can you see determination? No, but you can feel it in your heart and your mind, you can feel determination, right? So that's an emotion. So these are things, and patience, that is a quality. Right? Or he's a patient person. You remove the T and you put an E there, CE, and it becomes a quality. Patience is a lovely quality to have. So that becomes an abstract noun. So let's look at some abstract nouns. Let's fill in these blanks with some abstract nouns. People should always remember safe is a noun. How do you make it an abstract noun? Safety first, right? And every child must have the right to free what? Actually, it is, there should be a blank here, right to free education. And exam stress has caused a great anxious, it's a feeling, and anxiety. Can you see anxiety? No, you can't. You can just feel it, right? Please sign up for a, how do you make an abstract noun? Member. When you add ship, can you see this? No. So, membership. I spend most of my dash in Kakinada. Most of my, when you add hood, not only these words but some more suffixes, when you add, it becomes an abstract noun. The plant has shown a lot of growth, that's a verb, grow, and growth is a abstract noun, right? So this is what we did. Then let's look at material nouns quickly, and then there are things which are called material nouns. It is a term given for the material or a substance. You might have a table in front of you. What is that table made of? It's made of wood, right? So wood is a material noun. Similarly, we have, all these are examples of material noun. This is glass, wheat, gold, coal. These are all material nouns. When you say gold, it is the material with which it is made of. I have gold earrings. So these earrings are made of gold. So gold is a material noun. Okay, we need coal to build a fire. So coal is a material noun. So all these are called material nouns. Now we get material nouns from different places. First is from plants. We get oxygen, we get tea, coffee, clothes, we get rubber, all these from plants. So these tea, coffee, whatever, the pulses, grains, all these you get from some wheat, you get from plants, right? So all those things that you get from plants are called material nouns. Similarly, things that you get from animals like honey, wool, meat, chicken, all these things, the chicken you eat I am talking about, all these are called material nouns which you get from animals. And then you have material nouns that you get from the earth, iron ore, gold, silver, all the, what should I say, fossil extracts that you get from bronze, all these things you get from earth. Right? So those are names given to things that you get from the earth. And then there are man-made materials, like cell phones, plastic, and there are so many, whether it is the silicon that we use today, all those things, fiber, these are all man-made materials. So those you get from are made by human beings. So the names of all these things are also called material nouns. I think we'll quickly finish this because we're running out of time. I drank 2 glasses of milk every day to get calcium. So which is a noun and which is a material noun? Easy, right? So glasses, is it a material noun? If you think glasses of milk, here is it talked about as a material noun? No, it's a common noun. We're talking about not as the glass, the material, but we're talking about glass, the tumbler. You could even write, say, I drink 2 tumblers of milk a day. Milk and calcium are that's got from animals, and this probably is got from plants or some man-made also. So this is our material nouns. And then we have since I broke my pair of glasses, my dad got me one made of fiber. Again here glasses is a specs, we are talking about specs. So that is not a material noun, that is a common noun. And dad is common, it could be anybody's father, right? So dad is also a common noun. And then we have fiber, which is a material, so it's called a material noun. Jeans made from cotton take a long time to dry in the monsoon, so I prefer polyester jeans. So what are cotton and polyester here? Material nouns. And what is monsoon? It's a common noun. Any year, every year you have monsoons, right? Olympic winners. Today, as you all know, Olympics has started in Japan, Tokyo. Today is the first day of the Olympics. So this Olympic event is different, it's special because it's still called the Olympics 2020. Do you know why that is? Because this event was supposed to happen last year, but because of Corona, it got postponed to this year. Even though it's being held in 2021, it's being called Olympics 2020. And this is going to be held over a fortnight or 15 days, and the end of the Olympics is going to be on August 8th. So this is a grand event. Actually, lots of people visit, but now they're not allowing any visitors. Only the players are allowed, and the event will go on as usual because they could not postpone it any further. Hopefully, it should go out without a lot of any mishap or anything, and hope Corona stays away and we have a nice Olympics. If you can, watch the Olympics, the ones that you like on TV, and then the Olympic winner gets medals made of gold, silver and bronze. So what are gold, silver and bronze? As we talked about, they are material nouns. Medals and winner are common nouns. So with that, we come to the end of this session. I hope you enjoyed the session. I hope you noted down the points, because we are going to have a test sometime at the end of the week, and then you will be asked questions. So, and I want you all to score very well in that. Okay, bye for now. See you in the next class.